I think I will just play this. This is the only way I can hit my lands in this game. I think we show this one. This doesn't seem scared, so he's more likely to give it to me, and I actually want the Spire. Confirm. Oh, this looks great, doesn't it? And we just Serpent. Yep, what about the rest? Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today a card that you probably have never seen used in Magic. And we are here, we are the channel that will use those cards that nobody else will. And Hostile Negotiations, it's a lot of text, you can pause, you will see it in action, it's kinda easy to understand when you see it in action. So what about this card? The whole idea for the deck was Hostile Negotiations as the card though. And the rest of the deck is basically to compensate for the downsides of this card. You lose 3 life, that's it, that's the downside. This is why you cannot play it in standard. And the rest of the deck says gain life, gain life, gain life, and that's what we do. So we basically remove all the stuff from our opponent with the removal, and then you play Hostile Negotiations. You trick your opponent into taking the wrong pile, you will see how, and you will learn it after today's video, and you are a happy person because you won the game probably. Other than this, we have Bladecoil Serpent. You don't need blue, you don't need red. All you need is a lot of black mana, because this destroys your opponent's hand fully. So, this is the deck. For the crafting guide, don't craft this one. Here you go, that's a good deck. Jokes aside, this is not a very competitive card because of the lose 3 life and it costs 4 mana. The problem is that you are getting smoked for 12 by mono red, and then you will use your whole turn to, lose 3 more life, to lightning strike yourself. That's the problem with the card. If you are playing against slower decks, this is absolute insanely good card. So, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, it really does help. I really appreciate all your comments, guys. I'm trying to answer them all, it's getting harder and harder, but that's a good challenge to have, I really appreciate it that you are here daily, it's super cool, and I'm really thankful. So, with that being said, let's go into the games, and let's see some new cards in Magic. Alright, we are going first with the Banebuster, so that's really good start. I mean, let's go with this one. In this deck that where we don't use blue at all, this is just better land to play, and this one is always better to keep in hand. Let's go with the Banebuster and start to recoup. And this part of, card disadvantage that we have from going first. Tenacious Underdog. You know what? We are fine. We are just doing fine stuff. Definitely clogging up a little bit with those Hostile Negotiations. This will hurt, but this will give us infinite value basically. Oh, that's interesting. Won't he attack? I'm pretty sure he will attack. There's really no point in not doing it. Alright. Liliana.
This is my home,
sure.
And I don't appreciate it when
oh my friend, you actually think it hurts us. I don't even need to draw. Oh, he actually did not attack. I'm speechless and extremely happy. Oh man. So, what do we do? I think we will have to use March and kill Liliana at some point, but not until he kills his own hand. He actually thinks this hurts us. That's pretty hilarious. I love it. And you know what? I know, but I'm pretty darn sure that we will be able to draw a single land with all those cards that we have in stock. This also is an Emperor, we have double white. I mean, alright, that's interesting. He's going pretty hard on this one. Let's see if the attack with the Emperor comes. I bluff the white mana because he seems to be scared of something and we want to take advantage of his misjudgment, because that's not what's happening. We are not having stuff. And I know you guys want this, so let's go. Let's go. What is the play? Farewell. Bladecoil Serpent. I mean, if we show him through... I think we showed this one. I kinda want the farewell, right? Honestly, both are okay. But they usually assume that you hide the better one. I'm happy with both, but in that one I have good curve and farewells, and I have all the cards that I need right now. I love this card just for the, you know, skill involved in the decisions, because even if you are playing against mono-red player, if he's not the smartest cookie in the jar, he will make a bad decision, which makes this card better, and that's the point. Alright, so we are like this. We definitely kill the shorted because it's extremely threatening. And let's draw our land for the turn. It's not a land. It's fine. Absolutely fine. I do not cry on the inside. Oh, it's still not land. Alright, I cannot complain. That was my decision. I could make it differently. I'm pretty sure. But I honestly didn't think that there will be not a single land in, you know, those piles. So we are getting a lot of damage. That's fine. The problem is with the damage on the board. With Union of the Third Path, we should be okay, kinda. We also get the treasure from the Bankbuster. We have 2 draws to draw a land. It's not as bad as it looks like, alright? This hurts a little bit. I don't think Liliana will be good in this game. With Tenacious Underdog, it's just, you know, eh. That was probably a mistake. Went quickly, didn't it? Yeah, I should probably draw. I will draw a card anyway, but you know what's up. You know what's up. Let's play like this. Usually you don't do it main phase, but I preferred to. We can use the Union. I guess he knows about the Union, so maybe I shouldn't bluff too hard on this one. Alright, let's see the attack. Alright, he's not scared anymore. I can go for 2, 4. If I discard this, I can kill Liliana. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I'm honestly not sure if it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Oh, Hostile Negotiations. I will always miss you. I will always miss you. And we do it in combat phase, because this is the moment when he cannot use the ability. And I'm kinda scared about ultimate, not gonna lie. There is, you know, some factor to this. We do not block, because this is basically a Bankbuster from the next turn onwards. So let's make sure that he needs some kind of removal against it. Alright, he does not know about the farewell probably. And we are at 14. Alright. I don't want him to draw so many cards, but we kinda have to allow it, I guess. On the bright side, it will be very hard for him to just kill us straight away. We are back to 19, which is one of the, you know, ideas for the deck. I want him to attack. It won't be great, but I want him to tap the creature, because then I can play the Emperor next turn. I'm not sure if Rever was the good idea. Maybe we would get some tokens, but I didn't super like it. I think we might be able to draw a card at some point. Yeah, the amount of cards that he will draw with the Sleeper is abysmal. One of the reasons I also wanted the hit is that he needs to pay 1 life for the card at least. Yeah, he will get some cards, but you know what? We can combat this card advantage. We need to start doing our lands, man. Like, honestly, we really do. Alright, and now we do not attack. We baited him into using Sleeper. Okay, this is a land. It's the worst land. We drew all of the worst land. I guarantee you guys, we also play different lands than Scoured Barrens, but we drew 4 of them already. 66% of our mana base. However, it also means that we can finally play the Emperor. And yeah, next turn we can farewell. But in this situation we actually do not mind the underdog unless it's in the graveyard. So he will draw a card, he's down up to 5 cards, so he has some advantage, but he knows about the Serpent. Duress doesn't hit it. So I'm pretty sure we can wait until we have enough black mana to just discard his full hand. Man, like Black Serpent is the way to go. I should probably be the aggressor. But we also want to protect the Emperor, so okay, in retrospect I think it's okay. We force a card, so Emperor dies, but he needed to invest another card in it. At some point he will stop having stuff, and he's down to 3. Next invoke should be here quite soon. Alright, if we had another black mana, we would discard his hand and win the game. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Not the case. We are close to getting the card from the Revelry, but it's not here yet. If we draw a land, I think we can Union, right? I did not play a land. Good. That gets things over. It's not a black land, but with this draw we are more inclined to get it. Problem is that he knows about the Serpent. But he's choosing the wrong strategy. He doesn't know about it, but amount of life gain that we have in the deck means that we don't die to this stuff. And as long as we discard his hand, just give me black land, please, black untapped land. That's perfect. Because that means I just play Serpent for 0. Confirm. Oh, this looks great, doesn't it? And we just Serpent. So even if he kills something in response, he does not have cards in the hand anymore. And that's a big advantage. Yep, you can. But the rest will still happen, my friend. Yep, what about the rest? Oh, full hand of removal, you love to see it. And I guess... Oh, I need to draw cards. So I can do it on his turn. So, it seems that he's kinda in good situation, because he has the underdog, but we have Farewell. Mishra's Foundry is too weak to kill us. And then we unleash the Invoke Despair. We also get double Cardo every turn, so I'm pretty sure we are on our way to win this game. It was a rough fight. Well, that's a really good top deck. So we probably have to invoke and kill the stuff. In response we draw a card, of course, because it might be something like this. And at this point we are okay with not having a land. Alright. Alright. This is a decision. One decision is obvious. What about the second one? We probably exile it. I think it's good enough. Creatures. I think he had something from the graveyard, right? No? Maybe not. Alright, so let's just exile creatures. Basically a 6 mana, answer your opponent to drop. Glorious. And as you probably guessed, we are activating the Banebuster, but not for the card this time. And we crew. And Liliana, actually, even though it was really good draw, and really surprising one, in this particular situation we can get her down. Is there a situation where he actually draws a land and just doesn't, you know, get Invoke Despair? It seems it was the case. We still have Farewell, Invoke Despair and some removal and life gain, so we are nowhere near being dead here. Alright, our opponent goes first. That's the worst hand you can ever get in this kind of deck. Sia Invoke. I mean, this 6-card hand is better than the original one we had, so I guess I'll take it. And we are against Phoenix OTK, so that tells something. Alright, so I guess the game is not as aggressive as I expected it to be. We can start playing Union. We need to get into 4 mana. That's the must. Sure. Okay, that's more in line with what I expected from this player. Let's be honest here. We will use the Union because I want double chance to hit my land. If we use March, we don't get the card. Alright. Okay. Not gonna lie, annoying. And he expected a removal. As you can see, we are whiffed. Of course we whiff. Why wouldn't we, right? That's how we play Magic. Just whiff those lands. Oh my god, we will again get out-mana'd from the aggro deck. Alright, not exactly sure how we will play this one out, to be honest. If he keeps playing a creature every single turn, we are in huge trouble. Vigilance, I would guess. Oh, okay. Life doesn't matter, so we are okay with it. I would prefer to not do it, in all honesty. We need to get bored to one creature. If we don't kill anything, there's some chance he won't play another creature because the board pressure is here. Especially if good players, they won't overcommit. He can sacrifice it in response, but I don't think he has a target, right? Alright, that's fine, that's fine. So we don't get the life gain. He has 3 mana. Oh my god, why? This is always the 4th land. Every single time when we get mana screwed and finally draw a land, it's always this one. Not a single time it was different. Alright, it's fine. Let's see if he goes for the lifelink when he sees the 4th mana. The game would be absolutely over in our favor if we didn't get mana screwed, just to keep it, you know, clear. The game is only going on because of the mana screws. And we say again, now it's better. He should go for the vigilance this turn. So we force him to react. I don't want to highlight it, but I think the ability only can be activated when you have a target, and the only artifact is still Seraph, so he would have to kill his own stuff to negate it. Okay, now we can check. Sacrifice, destroy target. Yeah, so he doesn't really get benefit. Now we get untapped lands. And you know what? It's actually fine. We will still win this, but it was definitely a lot of extra steps. Indestructible and hexproof doesn't help my friend. Okay, that's fine. The problem for him is that we unscrewed ourselves from, hopefully, mana. Is it possible we still don't draw a land? Because we have answers to everything he has. We have infinite cardo. The only thing we don't have is good land drawing skills. Alright, so all the counters here probably. Let's see if he goes for the vigilance. That's incredibly important, because we will get mana screwed again. Man, he's not a good player. He's not a good player. Because all we need is Emperor killing his best stuff right now. So he cannot win against person that got mana screwed infinitely, because if we drew a single land it would be farewell and he had empty board. Like every turn it's basically, if we draw land we win the game, and every turn it's like, nah, you won't draw this land, and we still win. Oh my god, what a freaking game. Still mana screwed. Guys, you would think at 17 cards into the deck we won't. It's still here. It's absolutely still here. So what is the... I think I will just play this. This is the only way I can hit my lands in this game. And this gives me more mana overall. I think we show this one. This doesn't seem scared, so he's more likely to give it to me, and I actually want this pile. I want the pile with double lands that are untapped, because it gives me more time. Yeah, I want lands that are untapped. Perfect. See? You can always manipulate them into giving you exactly what you want. That's one of the powers of this card. If your opponent doesn't play, super great, you will always get the best trade if you are smart about it. Just show the pile that is worse, and they usually consider it the better one. Alright, cool. So he doesn't kill us, we farewell, we win the game, and that's it. Cool. And basically the only battle in this game was me against Shuffler, and when we finally won with Shuffler, this is also... Like, I get the idea for the split, but it's still, not the best one. Cool. Creatures, graveyard. See ya. Now you can play in the normal game, because we unscrewed ourselves. Only 24 cards into the deck when we finally can cast our stuff. Oh my god, we also have another farewell, so the game is absolutely over. But look at the value that we have. We have farewells, we have 6 cards here. Like, we are so ahead on value, this is not even funny. Creatures, go. See ya. As you can see, when we actually are able to play our spells, it's absolute devastation, not even close. Did I have fun? Alright, I've seen this comment with the tinfoil theory. It definitely fits here. Alright, so what about this hand? Bankbuster and go for the throat into the Emperor, and the fact that we have lands is already all I need. At this point I will take everything that just says you will be able to play Magic, my friend. And I say thank you, I like playing Magic. We do not play the Bankbuster. With Chapter 2 he's nearly guaranteed to play a creature. You always prefer Adversary, but whenever I have go for the throat it just never happens. But we deny quite a lot of damage, so that's kinda okay. So board is clear. It won't be clear for much longer. This is a decent land. Like, I would prefer something that is not a land, but if it had to be a land, that's probably the best one. And basically we want to keep playing lands, try to use Emperor to maximize like the defense, and that's it. Emperor is pretty good for, you know, Kumano removing. Our opponent is going super ham, which is not a surprise, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Alright, so this is his full board. Let's see how good follow-up is. At some point he needs to whiff. I guess he doesn't. I guess he doesn't. But it means he has no mana. So even though the damage is absolutely abysmal, we can clear the board. Surprising as it is, we actually cleared the board right now. Let's see if the damage that he dealt was enough to keep us in check, basically. Alright, as you can see, so the board is nearly clear. Emperor is a good card. I know, crazy, who would think? But it's especially good here because the -1 kills the Kumano. Yep. This is something we cannot, you know, prevent. This is just a lot of burn. If he has enough burn to just straight up kill us, like, what can we do? Let's see how good at Magic he is. Ah, no, not attacking, I see. And you know what? He wants the Emperor, and we'll say, eh. And the reason is that we have a lot of stuff in the deck that heals us. We just need to draw it. I mean, that would be better to draw before. Let's see. Burn spell, we are absolutely in trouble. Creature, we are super happy. Of course he has the exact thing. Oh my god, so unfortunate. This is why this deck is still going. Like, even if you have everything, you just... I don't have black card to exile. I had the play, but he got exactly in... Like, outside of insane opening that was probably tier 1, he also got a tier 1 follow-up. Alright, our opponent goes first. As usually with the Revelry, we are second, so we cannot benefit from the cardo. But we'll go Raffine Tower. I mean, you can play Duress, main deck, sure. It won't do very well against soldiers, but it definitely helps against the deck that I'm playing. Alright. We still have quite a lot of stuff. It's interesting he went for Invoke. I show him the card that he didn't know of, but we still have one. One is enough to basically, like, this can be any card, so as long as they don't see everything, it's more or less the same, you know? And we are of course against no non-creature deck. Just to make sure that our deck doesn't hit what it needs to hit. So we are against non-creature main deck Duress deck, with non-creature deck ourselves. Absolutely great. Alright, so we're drawing infinite removal because that's usually what you need, except playing against exactly this deck. So, Hostile Negotiations. This card needs to do a lot of work. So this is probably, how was it? Drag to the bottom deck. They are probably mono black control with just drag to the bottom. Yeah, they probably play Xander's Launch as well for a -5/-5. That's my guess. They don't seem like multicolor deck at all, basically. So let's go Hostile Negotiations and see. Well, we showed this one. And our opponent will think that, hey, the other one must be better than this crap, right? But he doesn't know Sloth. He doesn't know that I draw 5 lands from the top. See? That's how you trick. Your opponent just won't believe you have such a crappy top decks. And then you win. I mean, we have full hand of infinite removal, basically. We don't get any value from anything, honestly. It's kinda hilarious. This is literally 0 value. So I guess this is what we will discard. Like, maybe he has some creatures at some point. We need to accumulate a lot of cards because it's definitely not over. He also has duresses, so we shouldn't wait with Farewell too long. However, marches will be pretty decent. They hit planewalkers that he will most likely play, like Liliana and Sorin. That's my guess. The Celestus is absolutely annoying because it basically cycles every bad draw of his deck into the top deck, sooner or later. It just depends how long, and in this kind of matchups, we are both full, absolutely full of creature hate, because that's how you play Magic right now. Let's go enchantments, artifacts. Not sure why I did the creatures, but it's fine. And the graveyards, we don't care. So let's make sure that there's no Celestus. It's absolutely annoying card. And now we are on even terms with top deck. Well, you know, excluding that I'm drawing 5 lands from the top in a row. Imagine if we didn't have this Hostile Negotiations, we would draw lands for 5 turns in a row. Yep, our opponent is just safely invoking Despair every turn. Alright, this is a good draw. This is a first one that actually matters for... Yeah, this is actually the first draw in the whole game that mattered, except the invoke that he discarded. Oh, the Celestus. The Celestus is here. Alright, it is still an Emperor. Also, we can draw another Farewell, potentially, but even if we don't, it's fine. It's enough pressure to force them, you know, into doing something. Celestus is absolutely annoying. See? Everything as we intended. So we go artifacts. Easy. It's kind of luck that we drew it, but we played around it, that if this happens, it is beneficial to us. If not, it's still fine, because then he needs to activate Celestus, it needs to be fired for 4 mana, so he kinda trades a lot for this. Sure. We exile Emperor, we have a 4/4 on the board. He's down to 3 cards, double Celestus gone. This deck is absolute full greed mode. Yeah. Alright, so let's make a stop. Like, he actually doesn't know about any of those removals. That's one of the disadvantages. If you are going really a control deck, like if you've put 2 creatures, it basically always gets removed, and this will be cycling for sure. I'm already fed up with lands this game. We don't really have 2 drops, maybe Bankbuster, but that's fine. And that's okay. We still deal 4 damage. This dies just to answer our tokens. We are kinda happy. And that's a Bankbuster that we talked about. I didn't want to really play it. And this is why we have a Bladecoil Serpent. Do I want to force him to top deck and pay 6? That's a hard choice, guys, because whatever we play right now, it dies to the Silex for free. I still think it's worth... I still think it's worth just paying, you know, all the black... Really? Bro. Black. 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 And this one. The rest can be colorless. No reason to play it like this. And that's a Bladecoil Serpent. So even though it dies next turn, we still trade for two cards here. And those were pretty decent cards, I assure you that. Also, whatever he draws, he basically needs to invest 6 mana with the Silex. Then we go Bankbuster and we start basically with huge advantage. So that's the idea. That's the idea. And now we draw our glorious land for the turn. And now we get the card advantage. And hopefully we can win with double Cardo against single Cardo. Let's see how good. Of course, It's fine. Honestly, it's not the best. So this suggests Planewalker. Exactly. Because that's when you remove
No more
the thing.
distractions. Let's make this
Alright. This is some benefit from for him, but it's still kinda okay. Union. Union is decent. So first, let's draw more cards. Very nice one. And you know what? It is good enough. It is good enough. It is more mana efficient than using the March. And with Bankbuster we should be fine. We also have enough removal to basically kill whatever he has, so I think that's it. We also have Takenuma, so we can get back Serpent and just keep going, you know? So we say go, because we want to activate it at the end step. He has a lot of Sorcerer and Planewalker removal, like Planewalker, you know, time removal. You get the idea. So that's a big worm, biggie biggie. And to biggie biggie I will say sure. We could also farewell it, but I will actually go for the tempo. How much can we play? 4, 5, 6. So let's go for 6. We submit 0, we kill it, we pay the thing, and we get the life back, because that's what we do. Alright, he dealt 1, that's fine. Alright, and Takenuma is actually really important. I don't care about this one life too much. So basically, if I have another treasure, I can pay double red mana and use Bladecoil at instant speed, which is kinda hilarious. You know what? This is the play. We cannot go for red. Oh, that was a good card. But this way we force him basically, my friend. No, stop tapping my Painlands. Right, now you can do whatever you want. Oh my god, he's so annoying with the taplands. Whatever, bro. Okay, can we get the Serpent? Cool. So right now he has one single draw to win the game. If he whiffs, he's dead. If he has a decent card, the game goes on. Yep, so we did it, but I think that was a nice showcase, and by the way, you can see why Bladecoil Serpent is in this deck. It absolutely won this one.